This is Leilani Mitchell, and you're listening to the 3-Point Conversion.
What it thought it would have been with the defensive clamp down in the second half. But you were still right there kind of going into the fourth quarter. It just felt like it's just couldn't get any kind of offensive traction going there.
Yeah. I mean, I was happy. Obviously, we gave up 49 points once again, but we found the energy, and so did they, obviously. And it was a bit of a grindy second half there, and neither team could really find their offense. It was we didn't have much flow there. They put a lot of pressure on us. We could put pressure on them. We couldn't make any plays here. Didn't get enough shot attempts, to be quite honest. We didn't get the ball at times enough into BG, but others like not being aggressive enough and just sometimes just didn't go our way. But in the end, what hurt us was our turnovers and our offensive rebounds, second chance points. I mean, we held them at 37, percentage, and we shoot 48, and we still lose the game. So, but look, I like I said, I always like to see the glass half full, and you got to see the positive out of it. This is the best team in the league that's been very dominant, and it's good to actually play them, and hopefully we get another opportunity deep into the playoffs with Diana. I think with Diana's leadership and her passing ability, her vision, I think it definitely would have helped us.
Obviously, the schedule's the schedule, but maybe there was a few games where the mistakes that you guys make, like you just mentioned, offensive rebounds and turnovers, don't end up costing the result of the game. But when you're playing not just the best teams in the league, but the playoffs, those mistakes matter that much more. Is that kind of something that maybe a game like this can help emphasize? When we make these mistakes, we might have been winning games, making them before, but we're not going to win them now.
Yeah, no, definitely. And that's what it comes down to. It's all the 1%ers when you get into the playoffs. It's, it's just valuing every possession and making sure that every possession counts on the defensive end too. And then finishing plays. I mean, that's their heartbreakers. You play great defense and then they get an offensive rebound. I can just see kicking it out to DB and she's shooting her long threes again. So, that was like a dagger. So, but they're things I think they're all things that we can control. And that's just a mindset, just finishing the plays. And, turnovers, I thought their pressure turned us over a little bit. But then sometimes I thought they took us out of our flow and we didn't always make the best decision and we didn't help each other enough. And but they're things that we can learn from. We'll watch the film and, I'm sure that we'll grow from it.
You mentioned Taurasi, and that is like that one extra piece of the ball handler, the facilitator, that you throw that in there. And now, Shey's doing her best and, Skylar's doing her best, even though they're all over. But,
yeah.
It just gives you that extra person.
Yeah, it's Diana Taurasi too. This is the GOAT. But, like I said, and Dee doesn't even need to be scoring, but just her out there will open it up for everybody else. But it's more, we miss, obviously, just her calmness under pressure, her passing ability. I think this, and this is on me, I don't know why we kept running, but we ran too many pick and rolls when they were trapping all the time and choking us up a little bit. When then we got stagnant, we didn't get quick to the next action because they were choking up the next action where we needed to get a little bit more off-ball action. And obviously Diana out there is, we usually bring her up for some of the stuff. We didn't execute some of our plays because without Dee there, we got moved their positions around a little bit too. So they're things that we can get better at with more time. But, hopefully Diana will be back for the playoffs and, that changes us. But still, I was still happy with our overall effort and, we got close, but, we had opportunities to win, put it that way. And, we, hurt ourselves really.
When you talk about telling the players to look at the game in the glass half full, you talked about the positives look at the game. How do you look to help the players drill that into their mind instead of looking at it glass half empty? They should have won this game.
Yeah. Well, because then you start to have negative thoughts, and once you have negative thoughts, and then you take away all the things you actually did do well. We kept the best team in the league to 27 points the second half. You got to look at those kind of positives. Yeah, we can learn from the turnovers. We can watch film about how we can execute our plays a little bit better, the mistakes we made. They're the easy things because now it's like, just got to visualize it. We've done it in the past, but sometimes, a little bit of pressure takes you out of your rhythm a little bit. So credit to Connecticut. They're great. They're well coached. They've got their big five. They work extremely well together. But, we made it hard for them as well too. But look, I'm just that's the kind of coach I am. I'm going to stay, like, I'm be disappointed, but no, hopefully we'll have another opportunities that, if we can fix up those little things that, taking care of the ball, limiting some, we're not going to take it, we've had 16 and they're 17, get a little down to 12. In offensive rebounds, they only had, how many offensive rebounds here?
They had 9, but they turned them into 17 seconds.
See, and that's the thing. Because it was more we got to work on, because we all go under the basket and then we leave a 3-point shooter open. They're things that it's just getting locked in a little bit here. So, I mean, that's just, I'm not a negative person by nature. So I like to see the positive in things and know, that we made the mistakes and that things that we can fix with a little bit more focus and attention to detail.
It seems like she's doing this all season, but this is the type of game you just send a film from this game for Brittney about what she is for a defensive player of the year candidate, with what she did to JJ and even DeWanna a lot of the time switching between the two too. What was her? She was a tornado over there.
I mean, Breezy's amazing, isn't she? She really is, and it's great to see her grow in confidence and she loves the challenge of guarding the best player and offensively, she's getting better and better. Obviously, that's the area we know that she'll continue to grow on when she gets more comfortable. But to make, JJ go 5 from 18, scored 12 points, it was a pretty good effort there with what we want. She got 16 rebounds, but that was mostly on the defensive end anyway. So not that you can take away those, but I thought she did a good job. She anticipates well. She understands scheme. She played in how we wanted her to play, playing in her space as much as we could. I mean, she's got to be really close to winning that, wouldn't she? Who else is going to beat her? That's my question.
Well, the person who grabbed 13.
Oh, right. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay.
JJ has a shot.
Yeah.
Talking about having Diana back as an extra weapon, hopefully for the playoffs. Looks like you're still using Hartley in. How is she going in the comeback, and do you think she'll be able to have more minutes in the playoffs? Yeah, look,
I'm actually, when I said I was 7 minutes, I always thought, I probably could have thrown it back in there because I know she can change, change a game. And even though she's coming back from an ACL, so, I probably wish I had played her a few more minutes there. I thought the minutes that she did were pretty solid. So it's not just the players learning, it's always me too. I'm not perfect, I certainly know that. But yeah, because I think she can be a weapon for us. So I think it's more about getting her a little bit more court time and getting a little bit more in a rhythm. I think her speed's slowly coming back too. I suppose in a really tight game, you have to make a decision which players you want to go with. And, but yeah, hopefully I can give her some more minutes as we move forward.
Yeah, 2 more right here.
Yeah, I just wanted to check on that. So on Trazi, are you saying that you don't think she'll play against Seattle in Vegas, or you just still don't know?
I don't know, to be quite honest. She's making big improvements every day. She's working really hard, but I just don't know. I haven't. All I know, they say, oh, she made progress today. Yeah, great. I'm just like going, okay, it'd be nice to get her back to Seattle, but I won't join it. I want her to make sure she's feeling pretty good to get back out there, because you got to look at the bigger picture. We still need to obviously win, but she, it's her, so she knows her body better than anyone, and she works really hard with the medical staff. So we'll see. The good thing is we don't play till Friday, so it gives her a few extra days. So we'll see.
But you wouldn't necessarily play her at the expense of being number 5. If you're number 5, you're number 5. It's just the way it goes.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, we haven't made a big discussion. That's probably it. You'd probably save it for the playoffs, wouldn't you? And but let's see. I don't know. I haven't still looked at the standings. So can we beat Seattle in there if we win the next 2?
If you win 2, you're guaranteed 4 or above.
Okay. Yep. Okay.
Lastly, want to ask, in regards to this game, did it feel like a playoff game? Did it have that atmosphere?
Yeah, I mean, I thought the crowd was fantastic. It was a great crowd here, and I suppose at the start of the game, I didn't feel like it was a playoff game because it was so easy kind of stuff. But I think in the second half, that had a feel of a playoff game, and that's what it is. It's just you're going to have to grind it out. 2 teams that really couldn't score. I mean, it wasn't pretty offensively, but it was just it's a battle of who's going to make the plays and the big plays when it really matters. And they did, and that's why they're number 1. But it should give us confidence that we know that, we're right there. And that's it. And that's what I want the players to believe. It's like, we're right there. We didn't play our best game, but we know there are areas that we can get better at, and we are missing a very important player. Thanks, guys.
That's how I felt asking all these defense questions, and that was the score at halftime. And now it's at, we're all the days for.
I mean, I can't wait for this COVID crap to be over or like contained better.
Before we start, just passing on the wishes. I know.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah.
With coming back in, you had a look that you came out even maybe a little pissed off and wanted to kind of make a statement against me. Did it kind of feel like you wanted to be in this atmosphere again after the week you've had and wanting to be back out on the court?
Definitely. Grandfather passing, funeral, all that. It was good just to be back to basketball and not having to worry about anything else. Focus, just kind of channeled all those emotions and stuff from the week for this game. So yeah, definitely was happy to be back. The crowd that we had tonight, X Factor showed up. Just hate that we couldn't get that dub for them.
To kind of have this game be as close as it was and kind of see the margins. They turned their 9 offensive rebounds into 17 second chance points. They turned the 16 turnovers you guys had into 17 points.
Yeah.
With the way that you guys have been playing, where maybe the mistakes you were making weren't hurting the result, is this kind of a ready reminder of?
It's a wake-up call.
Yeah.
It is definitely a wake-up call because we've been escaping by with the turnover. That's been an Achilles heel. Second chance points. But we played a much better team tonight, and we hung in there, but can't give up, stuff like that. I do want to say it's a fucking shame that this game was not on TV. Like, we got snatched off ESPN for the Atlanta game for whatever reasons. They took us away. But then if you can take something away, you should be able to give something too in my world. Like, there's no reason why this game, good basketball, regardless of us losing, whatever, this is a great game to be on TV. These are the games that we need to show. And I mean, ESPN, like, where are you? NBA TV, where are you? Like, figure it out. Get these games on TV.
When the game that you missed, they pulled together, without you again, Diane, had a dramatic victory.
Yeah.
Now you came back, but D is still out. When everybody's together again, do you feel like this team is ready now to go into the playoffs and beat Connecticut, beat Seattle, Las Vegas?
Yeah, definitely.
Does this team kind of show that in a way?
I feel like we knew it. We already knew. And not to be cocky, but I feel like we knew that, we can compete with the best of the best. We knew, we believe in ourselves enough. Even this game tonight, with everything that we did wrong, the things that we did wrong, that's the controllables. We changed that. It's a different outcome. If this was a series, who knows what the outcome would have been? Because, I guarantee if we played in another day, we would correct those mistakes. And I would like to see what the outcome is after that, So we definitely feel we've been feeling it 10 in a row. That broke, that hurts, but we know that we belong here. And we know that we're going to go deep and make this run to championship.
That second half defensive switch that you guys seemingly have been able to flip pretty frequently in this run, to know that this is now the number 1 team officially in the league for the regular season, and you still flipped it. They scored 27 in the whole second half.
Yeah.
What does that say about where you guys are right now defensively as you're both in this moment, but looking ahead at the next few weeks in the playoffs?
Yeah, I would say we're in a great place right now. Being able to make that switch game time at halftime and hold them to that. We just need to come out with that same mentality and not wait till halftime. But it just shows that our defense is clicking. We know what we need to do. We just need to do it a little bit earlier so the outcome is different. That's all.
How will you be looking to re-spark this fire, this streak, that as you look to rebuild momentum for the playoffs?
Well, anytime you lose, it sets a fire underneath your ass. So, we're ready to go get these last 2 games. Not being cocky, but realistically, we know we can go out and win these last 2. Nothing against the other teams because they're great teams, but we believe in ourselves that much. And like I said, the controllables, the second chance points, rebounds, turnovers, those are things that we can easily change. So I'm looking forward to the next 2 games and getting the playoffs. You know, this is what we're ready for, playoffs.
Not only is this a season high in both dunks and 3-pointers made for you, but I believe it's the first time you've done both in one game. How much has that versatility of being able to score inside and outside contributed to your scoring success this year?
Honestly, I have to give all that to my teammates. Like I always play around in practice, you know, shooting those shots, and they're always telling me dunk more. So if it wasn't for them believing in me the way that they do, my coaches, I probably wouldn't have done it, you know. So, but I was feeling it, and they're always on me hard, especially Shey over there, you know. So I have to give, I mean, that the dunking the 3 and, you know, this season on how that's transpiring, I credit to my teammates because, I mean, I wouldn't think about it.
But you're 30 and you've now had the most dunks in a single season that you've had in your whole career.
Asian like wine, baby, okay? I get better.
You told us you were feeling springy at the start of the year, and you're proving it.
I am. I'm still feeling a little springy, you know? So, yeah, I don't know. 30 is the new 20.
One last question for me. You mentioned how much this game should have been on ESPN, on NBA, somewhere.
Yeah.
Did you feel that this was a true playoff experience, playoff environment, playoff atmosphere between one of the top teams?
Definitely was. I mean, you heard the crowd in there, and I wish everything I don't want to get fined, never mind. But I just wish it was the atmosphere and everything kind of was like the playoffs, so it would have been better. But, you know, definitely, I mean, you saw that crowd, definitely deserved to be on TV with that. And it was a good game. It was a great game.
I wanted to ask you just how you felt about how the front lines matched up, because it seemed like, you know, between the way Turner was playing, you know, your play, and even the people that were guarding Delano, it seemed like you guys did a pretty decent job.
Yeah.
Against what people are saying is the best front line.
Yeah, I mean, they're big, they're long, they're athletic, and, you know, credit to them. I mean, they're really good. And when you get out there, you really realize how big they are and long. And so, you know, credit to us for doing what we did. And, yeah, I mean, these are the games that we live for. These are the games that you want to play against. Like, you know, you want to play against, you know, the best, and you want to play against the big front. So I think we matched up well. I think we did great too.
And when you watch Turner play against JJ,
yeah,
what do you see?
I mean, I kind of have to stop watching. Sometimes I get caught watching. Now, you know, JJ's my teammate overseas. I play against her every day in practice. It's hard. You know, she's very athletic, what she's capable of doing, and then Breezy being able to guard her, you know, and just making, even when she made shots, you know, they were tough shots she had to make over Breezy, and that's hard. I go against Breezy every day here too. I mean, she blocked my shot overseas in your league like 3 times when we played them in playoffs. So I know what Breezy can do, and that is very challenging. And I mean, the sky's the limit for Breezy. She taps into it, believes in herself even more. I mean, she's next.
Thanks, BG.
Cool.
I actually think that's mine.
That's definitely not my phone. Sorry about that. I'm gonna sit back like that.
Ask me about all her nicknames.
Don't ask me about that.
I feel like you just heard that same talk about Breezy from you earlier. Shey, it seemed like both teams in the second half really clamped down defensively. I mean, obviously everybody was hitting shots in the first half as well, but when a game turns like that defensively, how difficult it is even just to run a play to get a shot within 24 seconds. It seemed like both teams had trouble with that at times tonight.
Yeah, I mean, I think for both teams, second half, we made each other have to really work for each shot. They was really coming on us aggressive when it was coming off of the screens, hedging hard, trapping hard, just making life difficult for us. And I think, you know, towards the end, we got stagnant and wasn't really able to flow into the next situation. And we was able to do it to them too, which is why they scored, I think, 27 in the second half. So it just goes to show you that, you know, we're both great defensive teams, just like I thought it would be. And that's what happens.
You, not that you guys didn't do a great job, but do you feel like if you insert Tarazi on top of what you guys had tonight, that you're going to be right there with anybody?
Oh, I
as you
mean,
go into the playoffs.
of course, she's the GOAT, and just having her out there, she sees the game so well. She knows the game. That's extra points, that's extra leadership, there's an extra voice, there's an extra body. And I think once we all get healthy and come together, like we'll really be dangerous. And now we're all clicking together, playing well with each other. Whether it's the bench players playing with the starters, interchangeable. So we're all coming together. We just need that one final piece. I think we have a good shot.
What is it that makes the Sun so difficult of a team to face? What do you, after seeing them now once again, what is it that puts them at the top, or has put them at the top of the standings?
Their defense. They're gonna shoot shots. Bonner and Jones didn't have the best shooting night. They took a lot of shots, but they were difficult. But it came down to defense. They got stops. They're long. They're tall, and they rebound. I think they got a lot of 9 offensive rebounds. I think almost every time they score, whether it was a putback and 1 or 3, like they just resilient. They keep going. They keep working. And they make it tough for you. I think their defense really helps generate their offense, which makes them, the team that they are.
With Brittney, obviously you've missed her now for 2 games for various reasons, but when she can play like this, even with their trees that they had inside that way, you made the advocacy for MVP earlier today, but just what does it bring to you guys in terms of what you want to do and what you are hoping to do going forward when she can play like this at this level and has been doing it consistently all year?
Same thing we've been doing. Keep feeding her. Just trying to find ways that she can get, closer to the rim, not so much out. She's saying a jump shot, but we would like to have her more in the paint. And just keep attacking. She's drawing a lot of attention. She's getting double teamed. She's looking for the pass. She's one of them post players that they see the double team. She doesn't like the shot. She's going to look for the extra pass instead of forcing it, which makes us have to keep moving, get kick out shots, kick out threes. And that's what makes her so good. Like she's very unselfish. She's dominating. She can easily just get the ball and just shoot it every time. She's not like that. If she do, she's going to score. If she doesn't have it, she passes it out. So it's just great to play with a post player like that.
And obviously you happily talk to everybody and kind of trash everybody, but also lift them up with the trash talk that way. But with her, sometimes you feel like you have to tell her, BG, go take over games. We need you to take this game over because of that unselfishness. She kind of
to be honest, I think since the Olympic break, we haven't had to tell her. I feel like her mindset has just changed. Like, this is the most I've ever heard her like demand the ball, like give me the ball, look for me. Like she's actually calling for it, and you love that. Like, you know what I mean? When she wants the ball and she's working hard for it, you just got to keep feeding her because she's feeling it. So we don't only have to just tell her, BG, go to work. She's telling us, hey, give me the ball, and you got to respect that.
As you guys head into these last 2 games on the schedule, how much are you monitoring, aware of where you're at in the standings, especially as it comes to if you're going to get that first round bye or not?
I mean, I think everybody in the league is monitoring where they're at. Every game down the stretch is important. Obviously, our goal is just to get these next 2. Like, control what we can control, and we'll just see how things play out from there. But we just got to win these last 2. That's all we're looking forward to.
Were you more surprised that it was 49-43 at halftime and switched to a 12 defensive game? What surprised you more there? Was that high scoring in the first half, or that it switched like that?
I would say the high scoring, because like I said, we're a second half team. So I knew coming out of halftime, we was going to pick it up defensively, which we did. But we can't give up 49 points in the first half. Like we needed to play the defense we played in the second half from the beginning of the game. I think we did a good job in the first quarter, but then we kind of like fell off. We need to just carry it throughout, whether our shots are hitting or not. Like, defense is what's going to win us games. And it came down to that today.
You heard at the very end of me asking BG about the environment of the game, the atmosphere, the almost playoff-like sense of the environment. Could you describe what that really feels like on the court? What is that difference between the highest level of playoff basketball versus the regular season?
It's an amazing feeling. Just the crowd out there, like, I think it was packed in there. You have people on the top level. It's screaming, it's good energy, and it just gets you motivated. It makes you, want to work that much harder for the fans. when you make a shot, it's like the arena's erupting, like that gets your adrenaline going, and like you just get motivated and feed off of that energy. So I think that was good that we got a taste of what it can feel like in the playoffs. And we just want to just get there and just use that and build off of it.
This fan base is hyped up.
Oh yeah, X Factor showed out today, like, you know, from tip-off to the end of the game. And I think even when we lost, you still felt the energy. They was cheering for us, and it just a good feeling to know, like, you know, they're behind us, win or lose.